Whoa, what the hell? This room doesn't feel like a student's room. It has more adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Spoiler. A ninja did it! There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looked like they were very interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't know already.
In other words...
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some type of group. The group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that all there is. Nothing much to it is there. But I guess that's the best he could do is a complete Kirigari failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. What else is available in this room? The desk is home computer. It must belong to Headmaster. Oh, wait a minute. There's 3, isn't there? Yeah. What's the third one? That's right. The computer and the keyboard. The desk is home computer. It must have... Oh, the chair. I thought it clicked the chair. Leather chair? I can't imagine a student using something like this. Wait a minute! Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is there some kind of design mistake or cushion defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but it's not any normal gap. I can feel breeze coming out.
Indeed.
Breeze? It's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Space, does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out a trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can call it a trick. I saw a program on this PC I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up. But I don't have a clue what the password might be. And as we know, it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We really can't go from there. You're right, there's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than any desire to, but nothing might be his password. Well, I think of how much I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room we couldn't get into. That must mean we should regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to find out the password. If Kyoko found her out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko would have thought of, or something she would want to think of. Well, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hadn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. That's the way she thought about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as her password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well...
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Let's move it. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, I might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay, in that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to the face of the computer to the monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigari. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Yeah, that's not a surprise. What? I did it? Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
Why? Kyoko. Without looking at me, she disappeared in the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixated on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy? That's what made it so unusual. I better check out this suspicious present before I do anything. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it, but I mean, we cannot not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway.
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that will make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and took off the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I looked it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance at it. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who would have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box? My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him. Wow! Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for. Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person very well may be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. It's very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough frowns. Oh wait, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you so already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step when the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were the 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he's also dead. That's my assumption, anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I had to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Damn, bro. Huh, this picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you...
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut free of my past. And yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had the picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut out of my life from abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Man, this is getting rougher. Rough. The filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay, then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top, but all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He's pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Why can't I click? There we go. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really wanted to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because-
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents, but in the last drawer... Huh, is this? It's an e-handbook, and it has a label on it that says in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk. A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only convince you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
For a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry. I'm fine. I need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about this relationship you have with your dad. How you'd only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And that isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what's happened and what I went through. That probably can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I got myself under control, I'll turn the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then, I'll see you later. Damn, bro! She got depressed. Is she really okay? Kyoko. It must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in the late 30s. It seems possible likely that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but enough facts. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you all this already, but 16 students, killing game, yada yada yada. 15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Makuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. God damn, we gotta go through them all? Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones left alive are... me? Byakuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive, then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know at all. I'm a very confused boy. That's for sure. I don't know at all. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader. That must be how you get in the locker. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers from to use your e-handbook. So does that mean... Let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook. No. Maybe only lockers open, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found? Let's give it one more try. Beep. Alright, let's see what's inside. This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing. It's some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure, but there's some writing. It could be important. I don't like violating this owner's privacy, but I better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been very meticulous. Huh? In the pocketbook, my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hotspeak into a shelter, and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, and my father. He was willing to give me more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our students' prodigies safe, to keep them and our hopes